So Dan's working on saddling Honk. First time being tied up to a hitching post while he's doing it. And she's getting oats and stuff while she's getting saddled because she's still pretty nervous. So we're just helping her be comfortable. Whereas Wild Donkey, Valhalla, she doesn't get any oats or anything now while we're saddling her because she's just totally at peace with it. So do what you can to help them feel comfortable. Remember, they're not trying to be naughty, they're just nervous. You'll notice how much she's moving her feet, swishing her tail, she's blowing. She's totally not comfortable with this at the hitching post yet. So later on, I'm going to take time and a pen with her, just working on saddling and the cinch. The cinch seems to be what she's nervous about. And Valhalla over there is wearing a bit while she's being tied up. Just learning how to accept the bit. She's not being rode in it yet.
Hi. You've never been tied and saddled, have you?
Now later on, when I practice saddling her and just working on the cinch, I think that video is already out there. I'll try to find it and put a link in there in the description for that. But we just practice having that cinch and the noise of the cinch. So there's so many different variables of what can make them uncomfortable. And doing this without being tied up, and she's able to move her legs, her feet, it's going to help decrease her anxiety with learning this process. So we're going to keep doing this untied in the future now until she is very comfortable and at peace with it, just like Valhalla is. It all takes time and patience, guys. With donkey time, we need to be extra patient, and that can be a struggle sometimes because we want it to be done or we think we already worked past it, but they have a different view on that. So we need to take into consideration how the donkey is feeling, keep ourselves in a good mindset. That's going to make a difference also. So have fun with your donkeys. I love to hear your stories in the comments about when you introduce a saddle to your donkey and how they do with it. Do you see them moving their feet or blowing, swishing their tail, any of that stuff when you've introduced a saddle to your donkey? So now Dan has her all saddled up and he's just doing some groundwork before he gets on to ride. Make sure that her mind is in a good spot. She's working on stuff that she knows to help build her confidence. And while he's doing that, I am up on Seamus. I'm going to ride on Seamus. Valhalla's in waiting. Now he's working on her transitions. We want her to know the words walk, trot. She picked up her speed. There she goes. Nice work. She doesn't need to trot for any amount of time. It's just to help her learn what trot means. I really feel the need to emphasize that when you're working on transitions with donkeys, you're not going to ask them to do a bunch of circles. All you need is for them to break into the gait. Eventually, you can ask for more, but this is the beginning stages, guys. And here at the beginning stages, all we're asking for is a change in the gait. When we reward that, it can be going from a walk to a trot to a walk, just back and forth, or it can be stopping. But either way, we're not going to ask them to maintain it at this stage in the game.
We got 3-4 steps, didn't we?
Yeah, she did a good job. Oh yeah, she goes into it so easy. When I rode her in that, just like that, she's ready?
Yeah, I'm gonna do verbal hands. Walk. Look at her.
That reassurance, guys, that goes a long way. So pet and love on your donkeys during their break for sure.
You think she's gonna want to go out there, or just get training?
I think you should totally bring her out there. All you're doing really out there is working on forward movement. So it's just good for her. And you want her ready for the type hunting.
Yeah.
How many do you want to do in each direction?
Let's just do 3 in each direction.
All right, tell me when you're ready.
This will be the second one in this direction, right?
Third.
Same thing, I'm gonna do the verbal command and you use the flag next time. I bet I can get her to walk without the flag.
I agree.
Walk.
I moved a foot. Does that count?
Walk. Trot.
She's doing a fast walk.
Good girl.
Nice work.
Trot. Good girl.
That's a donkey that moves.
Uh-huh.
How cool is that?
She just got a little pet.
She really does.
This is only Honk the Donk's second time of really working on steering. So we're really just working on forward movement, rolling the hinds, where we're going to move in the fronts, and a little steering.
Trot.
I wonder how easily she's going to elope. I'm not suggesting we try it today because we need to practice with our two in the saddle or me in the saddle.
She's definitely a more comfortable riding. That was very smooth.
Oh, yeah.
I don't feel like I'm about to stop.
You gotta love that.
Uh-huh. She stood like an angel of the mountain. Trot. That's nice.
Isn't it?
Oh my God.
Nice work. She's looking at you and... Girl.
That. Man, she feels like she's taking big strides when she's trotting. I mean,
Look on the camera. I can't say I even... Oh, I watch it all.
yeah, it just looks like, oh, she seems comfortable with it.
I do think she moves into the trot because she's nervous though.
Because of that flag.
Yes. Well, no, out there, she trotted with me, was it 3 or 4 times? Stop. 3 times and only 1 time.
Do as many as you can. Lots and lots of transitions. And again, you never have to go with a lot of steps right now at this stage. We're just asking them to break into the different transition. So that can be trot to walk to trot, and even like a slow, medium, fast walk, slow, medium, fast trot.
You know, she's not.
Valhalla and Honk were started under saddle at about the same time, so we're at this point still working on forward movement with both of them. When we're working on forward movement, we're gonna kick kind of with our calves. So we're gonna bump with our calves. We're not kicking with our heels. And then as soon as they lean forward
or walk forward, we stop using our legs, keep them still, and then when they come to a complete stop and we didn't ask, then we're going to use our calves again to get them going. We're not using any spurs. Another thing that you can use is like a tail end of a lead rope or a tail end of a rein to help get that forward movement. Now, flapping your legs is not the first cue when you ask them to walk. You're going to lean forward a little bit, squeeze, and then start to flap your legs. Now, of course, all that stuff you can't see in the video because those movements are so small. So when you're working on this, make sure you're always consistent with asking with as little as possible before you start to increase to flapping your legs. When you're kicking, it's with your calves, not your heels. I hope you find value with this and learning and ideas for helping your donkey with forward movement. Sure appreciate you watching and love it if you'd hit that like and subscribe button.